Hey everybody, it's Steve from the Karrasch team, and of course I'm coming to you from my home office today because I do have the blessing of working from home. About the only good thing about working from home these days is the fact that it's casual Fridays every single day. But other than that, there's not a lot of good news going on out there. And that's become evident when we're calling our clients and reaching out and trying to be there for support. We're finding out that obviously a lot of people are going to be out of work over the next little bit. Mechanics, tradesmen, people working in the restaurant industry, dental hygienists and dentists, like so many people cannot do their job from home like we have the luxury of doing. And they all have one question because a lot of those people are now out of work. Obviously, we're hearing a lot about this mortgage deferral program that will be going on over the next little bit. And there's lots of questions. So what I thought I'd do is I would have my personal mortgage broker and someone we spend a heck of a lot of business to, Rowan Smith, somebody that I really trust his opinion and guidance on for my personal mortgage, and a lot of our clients do as well. So I thought I would have him on here, ask him some questions, and hopefully guide you guys through this process of mortgage deferral, if you can use it and when you can use it. Alrighty, so Rowan, thank you very much for joining me. My first question for you is this: what is the basic idea behind this mortgage deferral program, or what is a mortgage deferral?
Yeah, hi, Steve. Thanks for having me on. We've never seen this situation before where people are deferring payments on a large scale like this. And what a deferral is, it's a postponement of the payment, which means it's a temporary halt to the payments due to hardship or loss of income.
Okay, next question I have for you. Who qualifies for a mortgage deferral?
Yeah, Steve, that's a really good question, and the answer is it's changing. The situation's fairly fluid, but what they're focusing on is the people that are deferring payments are going to be those people that are suffering hardship, and they're going to want proof of that. So it could be loss of income from you having to close your business, or it could be loss of income from being laid off from your work. The person could be infected with the virus themselves, forced to stay home in quarantine, or it could be that they're having to stay home and care for an elderly person or a child that also has the infection. So you look at these situations, and they're real situations that the bank will want to see some evidence of. It's not just going to be a carte blanche for people to defer their payments for 6 months like they've heard on the news.
All right, the next question on my list is, are all mortgage deferrals the same?
No, all mortgage deferrals are not the same. It's not the same thing from institution to institution. And that's one key point that people need to take away from this, is that the situation is customized and tailored for you, specifically based on your situation. So you may have heard in the news that the big 6 banks announced they'd be allowing up to 6 months of deferral. That's not to say that everybody is automatically going to be deferred for 6 months. There's also other lenders out there, smaller lenders, that have not announced their policies. So it's important that the person check with their financial institution to see what their individual policy is.
All right, Rowan, if I'm looking to do something like that, if I'm one of those people in need to defer my mortgage, who do I contact and when do I do it?
Yeah, ultimately, to defer your payments, you need to contact your bank. As a broker, I can't actually defer the payments for you. I can provide you advice, and I should be much more accessible than your financial institution if you want some information. But ultimately, the person needs to contact the bank that holds their mortgage for deferral.
All right, what happens with these missed payments now? Is my loan longer at the end? Do I owe more money? Do they just disappear? What happens?
Yeah, Steve, that money never goes away. Those missed payments will always still be owed. What we're being told is that they're going to be adding that interest to the back end of the mortgage, and then the person will be paying it off over the life of the mortgage. But it's not going to be evaporating or anything of that nature. It's still going to be due and payable.
All right, next question I have. If I opt into doing a mortgage deferral and I get my lender on board, everybody's on board, will this damage my credit at all?
No, that's one thing that we've got a lot of clarity on. If you do defer your payments, meaning you've actually talked to your financial institution and you've come to an agreement for a deferral, that it will not hurt your credit score. But this is a key point. You can't just start missing payments. Communication is the key with that. You need to contact them, and you need to ensure that that agreement is in place before you miss a payment, or your credit score will be hurt.
All right, one of my last questions, Rowan, is if I have a mortgage on an investment property, can I defer that mortgage as well? Because there's a heck of a lot of tenants out there that are also losing their jobs that are not going to be paying their rent.
Now, this is a really important question, and we don't have a lot of concrete answers on it. Initially, when the banks came out saying that they'd be allowing deferrals, they were only talking about owner-occupied properties. We are hearing that some banks are allowing deferrals on a case-by-case situation. Again, everything is case-by-case and on a needs-based analysis that the bank does, because it's a big problem. Those tenants still have to make those rental payments. If they can't, we now have a landlord that can't necessarily make their mortgage payment. So they still need to speak with their financial institution to see if there is a solution for them.
All right, my last question for you, Rowan, is say I'm one of those lucky people that can work from home, or say, for instance, I just have reduced hours, but the financial burden's still going to be coming. Is this a good time to possibly reach out to my bank and renegotiate a mortgage, or should I be trying to get a lower rate? What's going on?
If someone has still been able to work and they're working from home, they're still making money, they can renegotiate. The thing is, it's really dependent on that person's individual situation, their rate that they currently have on the mortgage, what a penalty would cost to break it. That's definitely a situation where someone should reach out to me. I can do that analysis for them very quickly and let them know if this is a good time to renegotiate. One thing that the media has done a terrible job of reporting on is that, yes, prime rate and variable rates have come down over the last little while, but fixed rates have actually been rising in the last couple of weeks of this crisis. So it may make sense depending on the rate that the person currently has, but that's definitely something that we should look into. The key at this time is communication. We need clients to be in touch with their lender if they are experiencing that hardship. But a point that I really want people to take away from this is mortgage deferral is not a mortgage vacation. It's not an opportunity to just not make your payments and use the money for something else. It's intended for those people that are experiencing that extreme hardship that's caused by loss of a job, sickness, having to stay home and care for somebody, or loss of income from their business. So if anybody wants to lean on my experience and take advantage of my ability to be reached much easier than their bank, they can call me at any time, even if they've never worked with me in the past, and I can listen and give them advice on their personal situation. So again, Steve, thanks for having me on, and we'll chat soon.
Awesome. Thank you, Rowan. I appreciate all of that information. It's really, really good stuff. And of course, to all of our clients out there, if there's anything we can do at this time, if you need the walkthrough, if you want some advice on what it's looking like out there, of course, reach out to us. Reach out to Rowan at Citywide Mortgage. We're all going to have to band together to get through this, and it's constantly changing. So be in touch. Reach out to us as much as you possibly need. We are here to help all the way through this thing. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this helped, and stay safe out there.